intelligence, I want to raise your awareness to this company here, Global Impact Assessment. It's the first company globally, as far as I'm aware. They are developing models that can be used specifically in impact assessment for artificial intelligence. So, without further ado, I will probably stop sharing my screen. I don't know if you can actually see this right now. I put up the global effectiveness survey, but I don't think you can see that. There we go. I share my screen again just with the global effectiveness survey. So I'd really encourage you to take part in this. As I said, this is directed by Northwest University in South Africa with a lot of partners. You see some of them down here, University of Groningen in the Netherlands, Universidade Federal de Ouro Preto in Brazil. We have University of Manitoba in Canada, and then also University of Liverpool and a few other partners, as you can see here. Right. Ade?
Yeah, thank you very much. It has been a very interesting, short but concise presentation. All the whole areas were much taken care of. In fact, the areas of sponsorship too. We brought it up how we can get research funding and sponsorship. So, since it's a discussion forum, I will not want to talk too much. Please, if you're not talking, please, I will advise you mute your mic so that will not get disturbed. So I would just advise that whosoever have questions and clarification, the network today is not that friendly, but we'll manage with it. So you can just raise up your hands, indicate, so we can invite you to make some contributions and some comments. I have some written out, but I will save mine for the last. So I'll just allow others to also discuss and express their own views.
And I can see that we are now up to 25, 26 participants. So it's quite a good number. The number has grown quite a bit during my short presentation here.
Exactly. While you were presenting, a lot were joining. Currently, we're in the whoever wants to have the floor, please. I saw the AEI president for Nigeria, and I think online is Ibrahim Salau, the chair for TPD group in IAIA. And could okay, let's start with Vida from Ghana. Vida, please unmute your mic and ask your question or make a contribution.
Okay, thank you, Ade, and thank you, Thomas, for your presentation. There's one observation I've made in most of Okay, so my observation that I've made is that okay, so I work with the Environmental Protection Authority in Ghana, the EPA, and I realize I'm with the Environmental Education Department. I realize that most of the time, the education part of the impact assessment is left behind. Okay, so I'm looking at sessions where we can, maybe in an IAIA session where we can have environmental education, because some of the challenge that we have seen is that people do not even understand the importance of impact assessments. People see it as just a process that they have to fulfill. But if the awareness is go down to the people and they understand the importance, then I mean the impact will also be felt. So I was thinking that, well, maybe I'm not ready to present people on the environmental education part, but it's something I wanted to propose if it can be considered. How we create awareness around impact assessment so that proponents are well informed and they understand the impact, the importance of impact assessment, not just as a process to fulfill, a requirement to fulfill or something. Thank you. That's my comment.
Thank you, Vida. I don't know if we lost Ade. Oh, he's coming back. So, yeah, there we go.
Okay, I don't know if she is done with her question.
Well, it was an observation,
Yeah,
a very important one.
did you get my question or my comments?
Yeah, you spoke about environmental education section. If we can increase more discussion in that area, I think I get that part.
Exactly so.
Okay, okay, it's quite noted. Kojo, I and Kojo were working on some sessions, and Kojo is also working on.
I think we lost him again.
Yeah, I think so too. He may need to turn his camera off. Anyway, no, that's a very important point, Vida, and I mean that's the same throughout the world. It's really frustrating. People say, "Oh, we don't really need it," or if they accept they need it, is more to get through a hoop to get planning permission or whatever it is. Um, but when you then sort of sit down and you ask them, well, what is it you would want to see in the planning process? People usually come up with something that looks remarkably the same as what we have with impact assessment. And it's something, yeah, that is frustrating, and I think that we are all struggling with. Of course, we need to reach out. IAIA, we tend to talk more to those who are convinced that it's a good tool. Anyway, Ade seems to have dropped out. I don't want to take over here. Dala, do you have your hand up? I don't know if anyone else has their hand up. Sorry, Dala Maitama? Probably say that totally wrong.
Hello, good evening, Prof. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
My question is that I actually know how to assess an impact, but the very issue that I'm having is to identify the actual impact, the most significant impact. Sometimes I misunderstand, taking the less significant impact as the most significant impact. So I would like to have more elaborations on how to tackle this issue.
Again, a very good point, Dala. I mean, the significance obviously is measured in terms of usually sort of the legal requirements to consider something or the protection status of something. Um, but if this is an important topic, which it probably is based on your question, throughout the region, I mean, that may need to be added to the list. And in terms of IAIA26, there are usually presentations on impact significance, but there could, of course, also be a dedicated session. Well, as I say, I think Ade is probably frantically trying to join us again. In the meantime, anyone else who wants to contribute to the discussion?
Okay, so Thomas, with your third recommendation, if you can share your slide, please, where you propose some areas for research. The third part that talks about misinformation on air pollution and water pollution or something like that. I wanted to find out whether you already have people submitting proposals in that line already.
Just give me a second. I just there we go. Right, so I need to go back. So you are talking about these, right?
Yeah.
These were suggestions that Ade
Yes, the third one
put
is
forward.
quite
Yeah.
interesting to me. Is it a session that is already
No.
established?
No. Well, no. As I understand it, Ade put forward these suggested topics, not just for sessions, but in order to do some research that then can be presented at next year's IAIA conference. So at the moment, no. And as I say, I mean, as you see here at the bottom, I don't know if you can see it. These are the suggestions by Ade, which I think are very good suggestions. But you can add to these suggestions. I mean, I could actually write them down if you have any suggestion whilst we speak.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
All right, sorry about that. I'm having a very, very terrible network currently, but we have overcome it. I don't know. I don't know where we have the conversation is right now. I don't know. Engineer Nina, can I hand over to you to continue?
Sorry, I'm just coming in now, please. I don't know what is happening. It's your call.
Okay.
Sorry, sir.
All right, no problem.
Same here, please.
Okay, do anybody have any other question? Because my plan, the next thing is to discuss the next steps. Our next steps will involve discussing on where to go or the next steps after this call, and with respect to hand-holding and guidance in preparing the paper, because we have already have plans to register some sessions for IAIA, and I am working on this section called Bridging the Gap, enhancing communication and countering misinformation and impact assessment across Africa. And Kojo is also working on another also, and we look forward to sharing the proposal with the team and ensuring that a lot of us are signed up as co-chairs in 2 or 3 or 4 of these. And I'm sure the Netherlands Commission for Environmental Assessment will also be registering a session too, and we will be joining in that conversation with them also. So just keep the ball rolling. We'll take it one step at a time. I think the next stage for us now will be to start working on the papers, while before the end of this week we'll get the sessions submitted, and we hopefully wish or look forward to IAI registering 1 or 2 or all of our sessions. And that is how, then we'll now call on researchers to bring up papers, and we'll develop these 3 papers I suggested to Thomas Fisher. We are going to be working together with Thomas Fisher to ensure that we get those papers delivered, and he's going to be holding our hands and guiding us through to bringing those papers out. The idea is to ensure that every one of us in the group is either a co-author or an author of a paper. It's an opportunity for us to build on our skills, to enhance our skills also. So let's live and follow us in this journey. We all will, and at the end we will have more more confidence in ourselves and more opportunities for us to speak and
Please,
we have made
please.
conversation. So, somebody talking? Please kindly mute your mic if you're not speaking. I'm no longer the host. So, I have the president of AEI in Nigeria, Dr. Ba. I can have to just make some remark or put an end to this.
Leader, please can we repeat the question again?
Mr. Pius, please mute your mic.
There we go.
I've muted him. I don't know how I became host of this meeting.
Right, okay. Well, it's quiet now. Adi, just as a question, I mean, it's a great idea that people then can submit papers for sessions that revolve around those topics. Should you be providing sort of some indication of sort of any particular approach you want people to look at that with? So in terms of, for example, particular questions that you would like to see addressed. I mean, is that something then that should be taken forward?
Yes, I wish I can share my screen.
Oh, well, first of all, I stopped sharing mine then. There we go. So you should be able to share yours.
Yes, I will just join from my laptop so that I can be able to share my screen. So we draft out a proposal, and we have some questions that we are looking forward to answering, and some of the questions revolve around
Just when it became important, we lost him. Does anyone else
yeah.
whilst we are
So,
waiting?
so I was saying, well,
Oh, there we go.
let me just share my screen so that you can see the proposal outline. Okay, it's coming up.
Can't see it yet, Ade.
Okay, that's it. So we are looking at it being posted within the governance and implementation section, bridging the gap. That is one of the common and effective communication. The objective is to assess the effectiveness of the current communication approach, because now we have a group whereby we have all the EIA positioners within Africa. So we want to compare and contrast in terms of the national regulatory frameworks within different countries. I'm sure there is a lot to learn within our own sub-region that we can adopt within the regions, because most times we observe that we invent local solutions to local challenges within our space, and it's more effective even than importing Western solutions that are in UK and in Europe and other countries. So we also look out to explore innovative and culturally sensitive communication strategies, because in terms of communications, we know that Africa has some culturally sensitive issues when it comes to reduce conflicts and improve understanding of ESIA outcomes. Then we want to also look at how we can compare the traditional GRM. There's some GRM within the African structure that Africans do use to address issues. So it's better we enhance our traditional GRM than enforcing a alien GRM that they might feel that might not really align with some traditions within the community. See, based on the fact that projects in most instances have a link with community, and I will need to preserve cultural heritage and the rest of them. So
You go call me driver now.
development outcome. So we'll be looking forward to charting a course to achieve those 3 papers that we shared with you. And the idea is to engage each and every one of us within this group so that it's either we are co-authors in 1 or 2 papers. At least let's have everyone getting represented and getting to bring their self out. And there's no best person to help us achieve this than you. Your streams of research is all over the paper trace, all over the internet, and you being the editor of the journal for impact assessment and PRISA. It's a course on a step-by-step basis. I think that's just a summary of those issues.
Very good.
Thank
I
you.
mean, we lost you in between for a bit, but because it's on the screen, so yeah, we could all follow. No, that's a great ideas. Yes. I wonder whether any of the now over 30 participants, 32 participants, has any other thoughts on what you put here on the screen and you introduced a moment ago.
So, Fisher, I think we should be rounding up the call right now. I don't know if there's any other issue we can bring up, but I think we have expanded it a lot, and we have gotten your own feedback on this area. And I'm sure you are going to share your slide with us, because I'm sure most people that had some internet fluctuation will like to follow through the slide, especially the link that they will need to fill in the survey. I think you can share the link, the slide with us while we go ahead and get more of these sessions registered. I think the next will be also be sharing I'm going to believe
Yeah, unfortunately, the internet connection is poor, but we can still see what is on the screen. Just to say, I think what I talked about also fits quite well into these overall topics. And as I said, we really need to think how we can make modern technology work for us in this context, also with regards to the 3 topics that Ade just introduced, because it will make our lives a lot easier, and it will be it will support sort of an understanding of environmental assessment on the one hand, but also will be able to make it more efficient. I'm not sure. Oh, there we
Sorry
go.
about
Ade, you're back.
Yeah, the network today was just not on my side. I've not had this for a long while, but it's all good. It's all so we are used to it. So I think we have to draw the curtain at this point in time. Any final words? I've been trying to get the president of IAI from Ghana or from South Africa or from Nigeria to speak, but I guess maybe they will feel to they will speak in later. Is there anybody out there anything to say before we say draw a curtain to this and we'll give you update on the next steps? Okay, I think Dr. Abbas is online.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Lawal,
Dr.
for
Abbas, we can see you.
this webinar. I wasn't able to come in at the beginning, but when I joined, I was able to pick a lot of the discussion. I would like to use the opportunity to thank everybody that has participated, especially here, our colleagues from Ghana, and you, of course, Dr. Lawal, for moderating this session. We look forward to similar exercises in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, President. That's my immediate president from Nigeria, IAIA. With that one word of closing remark, I want to appreciate you, Ms. Fisher, speaking with us, and be rest assured that I will still continue to be your DM to ask for more directions and more steps, and I'm sure that we'll have a whole lot of collaborative assignment together. So thank you very much. The talk is very bad, so goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you all, and thank you for the invitation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ade. Thanks, Thomas.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.